Hello, my name is Roxanne, and today we're going to be talking through how to make a quick and easy, healthy, nutritious breakfast cereal that you can make for yourself or for your kids or your family to be able to start the day off with a nutritionally dense breakfast. So when we're looking at nutrition and healthy ways to start the day, ideally we want to reduce the sugars and increase the amount of fats and proteins that we get into the diet. And so we're always looking for ways to make easy and convenient things that are going to start the day off with a low glycemic rise and ideally have some of those fats and proteins incorporated. I really like this breakfast cereal because it is able to incorporate all of those things. I'm going to use the Instant Pot because that's going to be the most easy and convenient from a mom home perspective. It's what I love to use so that I can be going and taking care of getting the kids ready and off to school or taking care of whatever needs to be done around the house while this is cooking. You absolutely can use it on the stove with no issues at all. So first and foremost, you want to put your water into the Instant Pot. You're going to want approximately 5 cups of water. And then I go ahead and turn on the saute setting so that it just starts to heat it up while I'm getting the other things in. Then I always go ahead and add in a good scoop of either coconut oil or butter. I'm going to add in about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons worth. Again, to increase the fats, make it nice and creamy. And then for our sweetener, we're going to use dates. Dates are a great food to use for sweetening things. They're going to have the added benefit of the fiber and the minerals and the nutrients that are also included in a date, but they're also very sweet and very yummy. And so for a serving size like this, I usually will use about 5 or 6 dates. So I did 6 dates here. I cut them up, as you can see, into little chunks. And then I'm going to go ahead and put those in the water. You want those to start warming up with the oil and with the water because that will start to soften them, start to release the sugar and the juices from the dates so that everything else will then become sweetened as well. That's warming up. I'm going to go ahead and start getting our grains ready. So for our Superfood breakfast cereal, we're going to be using a base of either still cut oats or slow cook rolled oats. We're going to be using quinoa, chia seeds, and hemp seeds. Now some of the benefits to this is that still cut oats and rolled oats actually, even though they're a grain, have a slower burn and a slower glycemic rise in the body. So very helpful in that way. Quinoa is going to be high in protein and going to be a superfood with the minerals and nutrients it brings in. And then your chia seeds and hemp seeds are both very high in fat and protein. And so when we can make a combination of the 4 of these, you're getting a large amount of minerals and nutrients, a good amount of protein, also fat, and that's all going to help slow down the processing of the sugars in the body so that you get a well-balanced breakfast cereal, kind of like an oatmeal for breakfast. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and do a full cup of your oats. I tried it with different ratios. It seems that my kids like it the best when the oats are the base of what is coming into it. Then with my second cup, I'm going to put a little layer of the oats, and then I'm going to go almost a little over halfway with the quinoa. So about to the 2/3 cup mark. And then I'm going to go the rest of the way with the chia seeds. Chia seeds will grow quite a bit, and they grow a little bit goes a long way, so that's why we don't need quite as many of these. I'll fill it the rest of the way up to the top with the chia seeds. They absorb a lot of water, And then we'll go ahead and put those in. And then lastly, our hemp seeds don't really absorb water, so we don't have to worry about the ratio with them as much. For the 5 cups, you only want 2 cups worth of grains as far as the water absorption. But then our chia seeds are just gonna add that additional minerals, nutrients, fat, and protein to the mix. And so they give it a little bit of a nutty flavor as well. So I usually do right about a 1/2 cup, maybe a little bit under, and turn that on as well. Then once you've done that, you could also add some vanilla, some cinnamon, anything that you want to spruce it up. I've added apples to it before. Usually I'll save things like berries and things to top at the end. And then from there, just go ahead, mix it in. Put your lid on. Go ahead and turn it to sealing. And you're gonna hit cancel on the saute to no longer warm it up. Hit the porridge button, and we're gonna go up to 8 minutes. And you're gonna go ahead, let it come up to pressure, and then you're actually gonna let it naturally release. So usually this will take about 30 minutes to be able to cook through, and then your breakfast will be ready to eat. Check back with you soon. Okay, we have a natural release for about 20 minutes now, so I'm gonna go ahead and I think 15 is usually the time where I feel comfortable releasing it. 20 is good, so I'm gonna go ahead and release it the rest of the way. Once it releases, go ahead and turn, open it up. A lot of times you will have a little bit more liquid on top. You just go ahead and stir that in. This looks really good. It's good consistency. If you wanted to add a little bit of more fat into the mix, you could add in a little bit of butter at this point, also make it taste really yummy. And once it's stirred in, just put it into bowls. A lot of times I will, it will thicken up as it sits as well, so I'll add a little bit of almond milk or coconut milk to it before serving it. Go ahead and add some berries to it. Coconut clusters can be really yummy on top. They do add a little bit of sweetener to it, but I have pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, and coconut in them as well. Some chia seeds also, so just kind of a fun topping. Or you can do like a grain-free granola to add some nuts or seeds as well to the top. So at that point you can make it into whatever you'd like, adding berries, adding different types of fruit, adding some granolas or nuts, but then you have a really great breakfast cereal. It's balanced in proteins, fats, and also has your sugars and carbohydrates, but in a slow burn capacity. Another possible option, if you just wanted to get a little extra protein in, is adding in an additional protein powder, which oftentimes I will do. I'll add in a little bit, 1 or 2 scoops of our whey protein. You could also do your vanilla or vegetable protein, and that can be another way to just add in an additional amount of protein. Make sure that everyone has what they need for the day. That usually will absorb a little bit more of your liquid, so likely if you do want to add in some powder or some protein, you'll need to add a little bit more milk so that it doesn't dry things out. But I will show you once it's in. Still just takes on usually the flavor of whatever your oatmeal is, and still maintains a nice consistency. So there you have it. Look forward to talking with you again soon. Thanks for watching.